In our today's anatomy class, we'll be looking at the overview of the human skeleton. The human skeleton is a bony framework of the human body. The human skeleton can be classified into two. We have the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. The axial skeleton is composed of the ribs, the sternum, the vertebral column, and the skull. Why the appendicular skeleton? The appendicular skeleton is made up of the lower limb, the upper limb, the pectoral girdle, and pelvic girdle. This is a model of the human skeleton. Now, the axial skeleton form the axis of the body. It forms the central parts of the human body. And as you can see right here, this is the skull. This is the thoracic cage, which is made up of the ribs, the 12 pairs of ribs, 12 on the right, 12 on the left hand side of the chest. Posteriorly, we have the vertebral column, or what we call the backbone. So the skull, superiorly, the backbone or the vertebral column posteriorly, anteriorly, the ribs together with the sternum form the axial skeleton. Why the appendicular skeleton is attached to the axial skeleton? That is why we call it the appendicular skeleton. Appendicular meaning appendages, an attachment. Now, the appendicular skeleton is made up of the lower limb, as I stated earlier, the upper limb, the pectoral girdle, and the pelvic girdle. So, the bones of the upper limb comprise of the femur in the thigh. In the leg, we have the fibula. While in the foot, we have the tarsal bones, the metatarsal bones, and the phalanges. So these are the bones of the lower limb. The femur in the thigh, the tibia and fibula in the leg, the tarsal bones, the metatarsal, and the phalanges in the foot. While the upper limb is made up of bones such as the humerus in the arm. In the forearm, we have the radius laterally, while medially, we have the ulna. And in the hand, we have the carpal bones, the metacarpal bones, and the phalanges. While the pectoral girdle is made up of two very important bones, the scapula and the clavicle. Right here, we have the scapula, one on the left and one on the right. So the scapula are two. So we have a left scapula and we have a right scapula. While posteriorly, we have the scapula. The two scapula on the left as well as on the right hand side. So two clavicles, two scapula posteriorly. While the pelvic girdle is made up of the pelvic bone, this bone right here, the pelvic bone, and a bone called the sacrum, posteriorly. So the pelvic girdle is made up of the sacrum posteriorly, which is attached to the pelvic bone, or what we call the hip bone. So the sacrum and the hip bone come together to form what we call the pelvic girdle. Now, these bones that have run through using this model can also be looked at in parts to consolidate the understanding. The bones of the lower limb are the femur. This is the femur. In the leg, we have the tibia, which is the big bone of the leg. Then we now have a slender bone in the leg called the fibula. While in the foot, we have the metatarsal bones. We have the metatarsal bone right here. We have the tarsal bones. Then we now have the phalanges. While in the upper limb, we have a long bone in the upper limb. In our arm precisely, in the arm right here, we have a long bone called the humerus. While in our forearm, we have two bones, the radius and the ulna. Then in our hand, we have these sets of bones, the carpal bones, the metacarpal bones, and the phalanges. This is a gross view of the pelvic girdle. The pelvic girdle is made up of the hip bone and the sacrum posteriorly. So this is the sacrum posteriorly, while this is the hip bone that is attached to the sacrum. While the pectoral girdle, or what we call the shoulder girdle, is made up of two bones, the scapula and the clavicle. The thoracic cage, which is part of the axial skeleton, is made up of the rib. This model is showing the ribs. At the middle, we have a bone called the sternum, or what we call the breastbone. Now, this is the sternum right here. These are the ribs. So they form what we call the rib cage or the thoracic cage. Then this is a model of the skull. This right here, this is a model of the skull. In the human body, we have about 206 bones in adults. But in infants, we have over 300 bones. Why? The reason why we have more bones in infants than in adults is because as the infant grows into adulthood, some of the bones fuse together to form single bones. Some of them fuse together to form two bones. Some fuse together to form a single bone. So this is how far we'll be going in our today's class. Watch out for my next video. I am your anatomy educator, Simon. Thank you for watching this video.